welcome to the 90-day run. Woo!
Guys, we are having this 90-day run. We've been running for the last 75 days toward This Is It convention. Going to happening in Tampa. It's going to be wild. It is going to be the turning point for every single person with the momentum that's going on right now. We are putting this into sonic super drive because it's going to be wild as we break out of that. But our goal is to have everyone on here going across the stage as a new senior director. That is our focus. That's what we're talking about. And that's what we're excited about, making things happen as we go to Tampa, August 18th and 19th. You have, starting yesterday, exactly 4 weeks, not only to hit senior director, but for those of you that have already signed up and enrolled for the This Is It convention, it's your moment now to bring as many possible people as you can to take notes, to learn, mostly to get not only the knowledge, but the belief. When they see what is happening, they are going to blow this thing up, and they're going to have so much more confidence when they open up their mouth to somebody. When you have knowledge, you got confidence, you got power, I should say, because you know what you're talking about. But we just got off an incredible tour through Atlanta, going through Tulsa. We're going to hear a little bit about the Tulsa meeting today with Kevin and Emily. It was wild, and everyone is just so flat fired up. And the key is, then we went to Dallas. It was incredibly jam-packed. Everyone signing up for This Is It, and everyone excited about what's happening. So it's, you know, when you're around that energy and around that excitement, which is what's going to happen in Tampa, it helps every single one of you. All right. I know Lester Berry was at our house. He was talking about when he came to our house for the senior director meeting. We had over 200 people here, David Schmidt. And it was just, when he went back home, he said he had so much more confidence and belief. And that's what's going to happen. By the way, David Schmidt's going to be at This Is It. Just found out that Meredith Burkich, the brand new president of LifeWave, cannot wait to come and share the vision of LifeWave and where it's going. If you're serious and you want to make this happen, first of all, text a friend, because we're just getting started today. Okay. Text a friend, tell them they got to get on here. Text somebody on your team. Anyone on your team should right away want to get on. Okay. So get them on. That's the focus where you want to have today, is people that have already signed up in the business on your team, so that they can get the knowledge of what you're going to learn today. It's going to be wild.
So we are so excited. I'm telling you, things are happening. Emily and Kevin, say hi real quick. We're super excited to have you guys on as the presenters, the teachers. It's going to be incredible.
Hey, we're just happy to be here, be a part of the team, maybe make a small contribution. We hope to bless some people today, but we're so excited to be here.
And we should all just be excited for Saturday training. This is my favorite part of the week. This is where we get the nuts and bolts on how to build the business, how to succeed. And hey, we want to be just like Steve and Jean and Merritt, Mike and Saeed. We want to be like the leaders that they are. So we are always here on Saturday.
And guys, I feel like I'm back in Tulsa at your house there, because I was
at our dining room table, Steve,
playing with the dogs, having a great time. And you know what? It's exciting times to connect with your friends and to make a run. And it's going to be wild what's about to happen, because we have just gotten started. All of us that have been in are kind of like feeling it out for everyone to see if this is the real deal, because everyone knows in networking, people kind of see, is this really something that's going to be humongous? I have never seen an inventor and the owner have this company. I mean, this David Schmidt and what he has been able to put together in this product, the testimonies are off the chart. In Dallas, we put a patch on a gentleman, and again, the patch didn't do it. He put the patch on, his stem cells started reactivating, and his knee pain went away 15 minutes after the meeting started. That's like the ultimate network product, if you can find one like that, and we got our hands on it. So we're blessing the people with their health in a big way.
And hey, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody, Atlanta, Tulsa, Dallas. Oh, I missed you guys so much. It was very difficult. I don't like to miss out on anything, but you know, our daughter had lost her baby on Friday. She had surgery on Tuesday, brokenhearted, but you know what? She is handling this like a champ. And what a blessing that we have this business where the leadership just pulls through and everybody kind of takes their part, does this role. I didn't have to call my boss and say, hey, can I have off? You know, this is an amazing business for everybody. If you just realize what you got your hands on and the power of this amazing X39 patch. But she's doing incredible, guys. Thank you so much. She is back up, fighting, teaching her homeschooled students and doing incredible. So thanks for your prayers and all your text and love.
And you know what? We want to welcome all the brand new team members. This might be your very first Saturday. You're going to be blown away. The information you receive on a Saturday like today, especially with Kevin and Emily in the hot seat, you're going to definitely be able to walk away and with everything you possibly need. That's what we love about what is happening. This isn't something that's going to be complicated. You got to go study. Soon as you hear what's happening, you're going to be able to make it happen. I mean, the great thing as well is Kevin and Emily are business people. They've always owned their own business for as long as I've known them. And Emily's in the fitness world. They've owned gyms together. They know what's going on. So they understand wellness and they understand business. And that's exactly what is put together here as we run to senior director. Our first goal is to go manager in 30 days. You could do this over the weekend if you said, you know, if your boss said, I'm going to give you a $10,000 bonus for putting 2 people right, 2 people left by Sunday at midnight, you know you would do it. You would call every person you know and you'd say, hey, come on, let's get you in. Let's make your stem cells, get them reactivated. And you'd have confidence and gusto and a little boost when you're talking to them. That's what you need to do. So remember, it's only 2 silvers to the right, 2 silvers to the left. They got to be at least on 1 sleeve auto ship. I believe everyone should come in as a gold on 2 sleeve because you make everything in the comp plan, but that's all you need to do. You have got to be at least a gold on 2 sleeve auto ship. Now, if you thought that was easy, 2 right, 2 left, a director is just helping a manager right, manager left. Yeah, you have to have 3 personals instead of 2, but come on, this incredible X39 product, when as you're learning more and more about it, it's the easiest way to start and sign somebody up. So getting a personal is incredibly easy. And then you help your friend go manager just like you. And like you said, if you thought manager was easy, this is a manager right and left, and you're a director, and now you can make $2,500 in the comp plan. Now, senior director is our goal. If you thought director wasn't that difficult because you just are breaking 2 managers, here you're just going to break 2 directors, and now you're a senior director. You can maximize the comp plan now of $25,000 per week. We are breaking these senior directors like it's just popcorn. So this is what's happening. We want every one of you to be there, and it's going to be wild. Now, our goal or our strategy of the binary is to put 20 personals right and 20 left. Don't get nervous about this, because with this X39 patch, we haven't seen anyone not be able to personally sponsor people at a rapid pace because it's such an incredible product. I do encourage you to not only lead with the product. Maybe Kevin and Emily will give us some mock talks of what they say to people, but make sure you get into the business very quickly. Not like ridiculous, but hey, because the patent, the testimonies, and the uniqueness of this product, exclusivity, there's a very lucrative business plan behind it. So you see, I'm not like dragging this out, so I'm talking to the guy for hours. I'm looking to see, does he want better health, and could he use to make some serious extra money on the side? You set a goal to do this 20 right, 20 left in a 90-day run, okay? So as we lead to This Is It convention, you could be a quarter of the way there, halfway there, or it might fall right into place and it happens right then. You don't know. You just got to open up your mouth and start talking. And by the way, if you're wondering how many people you could bring to This Is It, Gene and I were talking. We signed up July 1st. And the convention we went to for corporate was August 19th, and we took 350 people there, and we could have sold 300 more tickets, but they ran out. That means you could still bring in 30 days a record. Someone's going to sign up on your team or from this call you're in, and you're going to get it, and you're going to bring those 300 people, and your business is going to blow up like ours did from wherever we were at to over 40-some thousand people because we brought some people to that convention. So don't take lightly, stay focused. This is an opportunity of a lifetime having this convention right now at this time and place in the next 30 days. And we're not like saying it's tomorrow, it's coming up in the next 30 days.
And I think probably the biggest fear for people is they're afraid to ask them to come to the event. They're afraid for them to spend the money. Guys, anything you do in life, it doesn't matter what you do. Emily had to do training in order to be a trainer. I had to go to training to be a flight attendant. This is going to save you hours in weeks in frustration if you come to This Is It for the $150 for the 2 meals. I mean, We couldn't have kept it any lower than that. I mean, you could put 10, 20 people in a room, sleep in your car, whatever. I don't know. Just it's going to be so worth your time. Like Steve used to teach at his training center. You can come to my school and learn more in 5 days than you learn in 5 years. And it is a fact.
And you probably are going to get hurt if you're trying to barefoot water ski on your own. Here, you'll get hurt in a different way because you'll be spinning your wheels a lot more than what you could have when you get the facts and you learn exactly what's happening on. So it goes in the same type manner. Make sure you're connected with us. We've got a well-oiled machine, what we call a system. You got to have a system to win and succeed. These Saturdays we have every Saturday at 1 o'clock. We've got our training website, which is build331.com. On the right side, we've got our product team website, which is startx39.com. And we'll talk about that today. Mm-hmm. And get on our Facebook page. If you haven't joined it, make sure you're on that Quantum Field X39 Team Facebook page. Our replays are on YouTube at Onyx Cole Network Marketing. So make sure you get on that. We talked about This Is It. We'll talk a little bit more over the course. And I wanted to see, I think I've got, yes. And as we're talking about This Is It, this is our book of the month. If you have been reading the book of the month or having an audio by Robert Kiyosaki, you should have already reinvested in your business by signing up for This Is It. Every one of our Zooms, all the things we're doing are free. So all the training you're getting is free. This $150 in a small hotel room. And by the way, if you go to thisisit.com, there's 2 new hotel rooms that are been putting up. We have been going through the hotel rooms like mad over this incredible period of promoting This Is It. So we've got 2 new ones up. But listen to what he says. The reason why so many people fail to achieve great wealth in any business is simply that they fail to reinvest continuously in their business. He says, you want to get off, maybe you hate your job, or maybe you're like a lot of professionals I've met actually love what they do, but they don't love the fact that they have to keep doing it for 40 or 50 or 60 hours a week. Whatever your reason, here's the blunt truth. If you suck all the income out of your new business to burn on monthly living expenses, then you're not building a business, you're just building yourself another job. A true business owner never stops investing and reinvesting in their business. This is the only thing you really have to reinvest in, other than having some patches, which are so cheap. Okay. The reason so many people fail to achieve great wealth in any business is simply that they fail to reinvest continuously in their business. So what does that look like in our networking business? And that's where we're coming to. This is it. Do not take this lightly. I will tell you that the moment people walk out of the Tampa event, August 18th and 19th, you will see this thing explode like you've never seen. If you think we got momentum and rocket ship type momentum happening right now, wait till you see what's going to happen after they really get fueled and the belief gets in their heart and their eyeballs. So that's what Robert Kiyosaki is telling you. And that's what we have. That's why we have a book of the month, to put you in a position to win and succeed. So, and
this is part of your investment too. The book, the function.
$10.
Yeah.
It's exciting. So Gina, bring them up here. We're excited to share with these guys. It's going to be wild.
So fired up to have these guys. I'm telling you what, some of the best ultimate teachers, precise. This is recorded too, guys. But let me tell you, these guys are precise. They know exactly step by step what to do. They got the knowledge, they got the information, the energy. And I'm telling you what, they're going to rock your socks today, giving you detailed information on how to build your amazing X39 business. Help us welcome up Tulsa, Oklahoma, right, guys?
That's right.
Let's go.
Well, hey, we're really honored to be here. Thank you so very much. That's a lot to live up to. We'll do our very best. We won't disappoint. We're going to give you guys some information to build your business. The intent of the Saturday training is to give you not just the step by, the blueprint, but to give you the how-tos, the meat and potatoes of it as well. And so we're going to fill in those voids. I want to give you a visualization. I'm going to give you a framework to build today's training around. Okay. So it's a little bit of an analogy, and I want you to work with this and use this as we move forward. Let's pretend we're going to build a house. All right. This is a short analogy, but pay attention. Okay. We're going to build a house, and You want to know the first step, even if you've never built one. No, I've never built a home. I've paid people to build one. I've never built one with my own hands. But we're going to do a foundation, right? The first thing is we're going to put the proper foundation in place. The foundation is going to be very precise based on what we are going to achieve in the end. We're going to put the framework up. Those are the walls, and those stud walls are going to build the structure of that house so that, again, we have the proper location of the rooms and the kitchens and so forth. And it's going to be load bearing so that we can put a roof on it. And that roof goes up and it's going to protect the walls, the foundation. It's going to protect the entire structure. And once that portion is done, that framework is done, and all your walls are up and the interior is set in place, you would decorate your home differently than Emily would decorate her home, right? She's going to use maybe a different interior designer, maybe her own flair. You're going to do the same. You may go through and look at stuff online, magazines, and you're going to find the things that relate to you that you like. Maybe a friend has something that you really liked in their home and a light fixture, and you're going to go get that. But those things are unique to you. That's your taste, your personal influence on that structure, that home. This business is like that. And this is how I want you to remember this. When we talk about the structure, we talk about 331, we talk about the convention. This is the bones, it's the foundation, it's the wall, and it's the roof that goes onto that. The way that you introduce this product to somebody, the 331, and we're going to go into what that is the structural piece of the business. You personally are going to use your own words. You're personally going to interact with your friend, your family member, and decorate that particular home with your own flair. You're going to introduce it to your people with your words. We're not selling stuff to our friends. A lot of us get very anxious about this idea that I don't like to be sold, and I'm not going to sell to my friends. You're sharing it with them. You're using the structure. Again, our home is built on a solid foundation. It's built with load-bearing walls and a structure, and it's protected. And now here's the last piece that goes back to the house analogy. We have to maintain our home. Okay, maintenance of that home so that we can live there for years. We can raise our family, and we can take care of the home that takes care of us. Requires maintenance. The maintenance in your business is two things. It's showing up to the events. That's the convention. That's the Zooms. That's showing up and participating. That's one. The second one is auto ship. We get monthly subscription of the product coming into our business. In the absence of new product into the business, your auto ship or your monthly subscription, you don't have a business. And if you don't take care of your structure, it eventually goes away and it doesn't exist any longer. It crumbles to the ground. So remember, every time we're going into this, the structure is key. The maintenance maintains the total, but then you're going to put your own personal interaction into that. All right. So that's our frame to hold on to today. First thing we want to engage in today's training is we need to be out sharing the patches. Okay. We're not selling, we're sharing. Now, you may sell some product to someone that wants to buy product. Different subject. We're talking about sharing right now. We're going to go share this product. People get nervous about this. You are going to be better in the future than you are today. Notice I didn't say you're going to be bad today and better tomorrow. You're going to get better, right? So don't worry about what happens today as much as the fact that you know you're going to improve every time you do it. You're going to use the structure. You're going to go to Build 331, and you're going to follow the steps on build331.com so you know how to. You're going to have patches, you're going to have the envelopes, and you're going to go share. But the frequency in which you share, the consistency and the persistency. So it's not about, I went and handed out 3 patches today. I'm going to wait and see what happens. If it works, I'll do it again. That's not the right attitude. The mindset is, I'm going to consistently do this. I'm going to be persistent about it without fail. I'm going to continue to go out. And trust me, you will become much better. The old analogy when you talk about if you're a baseball fan is if you can bat 300, that means 3 times out of 10 you get a hit, you make multi-millions of dollars in baseball. All right. Same analogy applies into this activity of sharing. You are not going to get 10 out of 10 people to say yes. You're not Gina Merritt. She gets 8 out of 10, right? She's gifted at this. The reason she probably gets 4 or 5, to be honest, right? Nobody's perfect. We're out there sharing because we know that we're out there to share the message. Take yourself when you share, and remember, you are a messenger. It is never your choice as to whether or not they join, they don't join, they buy, or they don't buy. You have to consistently and persistently share the message. Again, don't hang yourself on the judgment that they have said no, and that's my failure. The only way you fail is by not sharing. So go share, be okay at it today, get better tomorrow by repeating that process over and over again.
And when you're sharing, one thing is always lead with the product and the business.
Oh, yeah.
I believe I'm a messenger. I am 100% a messenger of stem cells and wealth. Stem cells and wealth. So when I say stem cells to friends, and by the way, like it's the first thing we say, have you heard of stem cells? Have you heard what we can be doing with our stem cells? People say, yes, I know. No, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with them. Okay. So we're going to share those patches with that conviction of stem cells is a big word out there that people know a little bit. Let's tell them a little bit more, and let's tell them how to do it in a very cost effective. And by the way, it's non-evasive. So I wanted to do peptides one time. I read a book about peptides and I was like, ooh, there's like several that I like. And we sat down together, like, what if we invest in peptides? This is a couple years ago. And then I looked at, oh my gosh, they want me to inject myself daily. Peace out. I'm not doing it. Like I know it's just not me. I'll do a lot for my health. That wasn't one of them. But man, can I stick a patch on? Absolutely. And it's going to increase my peptides, right? So this is a way that again, we're breaking down barriers by talking to people. We're breaking down barriers for their understanding of what it is we have and what they can be a part of too, in a very easy way. And Kevin and I talk, we have owned businesses, several businesses in life, and the investment in owning a business is not a couple $1,000s. The investment is hundreds of thousands of dollars in gym equipment. Let me tell you. And most businesses, even franchises, cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to get started. So when someone walked in my gym and said, this place isn't for me, I didn't quit. I didn't say, oh my gosh, I have to shut the doors. Someone didn't like what I do. I had to talk to more people and more people and more people. I wish that each one of us on here would have a conviction and an understanding that our investment in our business, in our X39 business, is hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because with that, we don't quit when someone says no to us. We have a financial, kind of stick to itness that we're going to go find the people that it is right for. So remember that, like, always put a value. It may be you came in at a diamond pack for $1,700 and 5 people said no, and you think, well, it was only $1,700. Make a bigger number, make that investment in you bigger, and stick with it longer than a couple weeks. This takes time. Like Gina said, it takes a skill to learn. It takes a skill to get better each and every time. When Kevin says we do one-on-ones with people, and we share patches with people, we kind of stunk at first. We just kind of came in and said way too much information. We had to learn the skill of saying simple words that grab people's attention. And then we give them the patch and we lead them to start X39. How simple is that? And the next step is you lead them to the Zoom on Monday, Wednesday, Friday in English, Thursday in Spanish. Hey, when you're getting started, don't try to do too much. Let the leaders do that for you. You share the patches, you be the messenger, and then you let the leaders do the work. You will get better. You will get better each and every time, which then sharing those patches is going to lead right into, hey, sit down with your friend and you start flipping the chart. One-on-one, this is where I started. And this still, I'll be really honest, this is one of my favorite. I love having coffee with a friend. I love having lunch with a friend, sharing the patch and flipping the chart right there with them. I have it on my phone. So I went to Build 331. All the steps are there. Go to step 5. And then when you scroll down, there's a big blue button right in the middle of the page that says download the QF presentation. How easy is that? Click on that, download it to your phone, because I know that all of you, everywhere you go, you've got your phone. So when I'm sitting having coffee, I don't necessarily pull out my computer all the time. I just make it really easy. Again, I want to make it like they believe and they know that they too could do this. Oh, I sit with my phone and sure, I can flip through a chart. If you don't know all the information, read the chart.
That's simple.
That's simple. If you don't know everything about David Schmidt, read the bullet points on David Schmidt. If you don't know how the science works, read the information of the chart and let them go find more information. I always say, I'm going to flip through this. We're going to go do kind of a high touch, and then I'll send you the links that I want you to look at StartX 39. Again, one-on-one presentations are great. By the way, if you act unsure, they're going to sense it. If you act convicted and have belief that what we have our hands on is awesome, they're going to feel it. So don't act so serious. Have some fun with it. That's where Kevin said, decorate it a little bit. Throw out your personality. And by the way, if you have a quiet, this is something that my household we laugh at. I am an introvert. I am a coach that has been an introvert her whole life. I have learned how to be an extrovert, but Kevin will even tell you, after spending time with clients or doing something like this, I immediately retreat and I need 30 minutes to kind of have quiet time to regather myself. I have learned a skill. If I'm an introvert and I go around and I don't talk to anybody because I'm too shy, I'm not going to grow my business at all. I had to learn to put myself out there. I have to learn to open my mouth and be a voice of something I'm passionate about. Find some passion within and make some changes. If you're not willing to change and improve, then your business isn't going to grow. All right. So listen to those things. These are so important. Like, I had to step out of my shell. I had to get out of my little box. The last class I took in college, and yes, I'm one of the ones that went to college, so it's taken me a little longer in this business. But the last class I took was speech comm. It's like a freshman level class that I should have taken. I just fear speaking in public that much that was the last class I took. How crazy is that? And then everything I have done in life as a professional is speaking in front of people, being in front of people, leading people, teaching people. That's what I do on a daily basis. But I had to get out of my shell in order to do that. So we share patches with people. I'm going to get back to the point. We share patches. We do one-on-ones. And then our next building block, as we're building our house here, think about, like, I'm putting the bricks up on each layer, and each time it's going to get a little bit bigger. So what comes next?
Well, not just before we go to what comes next, I want to add on, let's talk and take a little bit of a scenario, because this is kind of maybe where we need to make the rubber meet the road, if you will, right? What does it sound like? Now, if you go back to Emily's what she was just teaching, and she's talking about herself in regards to her own personality trait and the way she interacts with people. You are known by your friends and your family as exactly the way you are. So you're not going to present like Emily. You're not going to present like Gina. You're not going to present like Kevin, right? You're going to present like you. So the skill that she's referencing comes over time. And the first time you sit down to share this, your excitement, the way it comes out of you, is recognized by the people around you as excitement, right? So it's not, Emily talks with her hands. She's actually got them down below the camera right now. You guys can't see it, but they're all over the place. I'm getting hit and stuff, right? So that's part of her persona when she interacts with people, and they know that. I do as well. My hands are all over the place. So when I sit down with somebody, I'm communicating as I communicate with somebody. You'll do the exact same thing. But the verbiage from you is, and it may sound like this the first time. You've got your phone out, you've downloaded it from step 5 on the Build 331, and you've got the app out, and you're saying, you may say these words. You may say, I am unbelievably excited about this. And I know that's unusual for me to be that excited about something. I haven't learned a whole lot, but this presentation's got some really great information. I want to go through it with you because I'm excited about it. And every time I see it, it excites me even more, and I want to show it to you. Okay. You've pulled the barrier down of why it is you're sitting with them. You pulled the barrier down of, it's not going to be perfect. I'm not a professional speaker, and it's not my 100th time to show this. It's one of my very first times to show it. So set that you don't want to have any an in clear expectation. Expectation is, I'm going to show you something as a friend. I'm going to show you something that I find to be extremely exciting, because who doesn't want their stem cells rejuvenated? Who doesn't want the opportunity to go bless people with better health, better financial health? Everyone wants that. I want to show it to you because it excites me. Does that make sense? I think it does, right? So the building blocks that Emily says, we're building this house and we're putting this thing together. So we're out there and we're showing people this opportunity. We're contacting and we're putting them in to go watch the webinar or the Zoom, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're plugging them into the Saturday trainings. And then the next step, the next key element in this business, because many of your people will not get in with being shown one time. Okay, let's accept that reality. We as consumers don't typically buy with one presentation. We don't engage with one opportunity showing. We want more information. We want to see, study, touch, and feel. We have to get it many times from the gut of, I want to do this, to an understanding in our head to go forward. Now, you're going to have some people that are going to get excited. They're going to join you because they love you and they want to be with you and they want to go build with you. That will happen. But for others, they're going to have multi-touch, that next touch. So again, maybe you've sat down, had coffee, flipped through the chart, you sent them to build startx39.com, and they've gotten a little more information. Now let's get them to your home. Let's get them to an X39 launch, okay? Because you want to go launch your business. And so you'll hear lots of people say, well, I feel comfortable doing a one-on-one. You'll hear them say, I'm not sure I want to do in-home meetings. Remember, these are stepping stones, building blocks that move you forward. Your business has the potential to grow at a speed and potentially at a size that you will be unable to continue to do one-to-ones. You're going to do them, but you'll have much higher impact if you can have multiple people coming to you and bringing their guests, right? So we're going to exponentially charge our business by getting them to engage with us in a home meeting. That home meeting has that same flip chart. Guess what? It's the same flip chart that the leaders are flipping on Monday, on Wednesday, on Friday. We're using the same tools. Sometimes I'll have people ask, does it ever get boring flipping the same chart? You know what? You get paid weekly. It seems to rinse all that away. Okay. So you go start earning, start growing a business, start blessing people. And you can't master something that's always changing. You master by repetition, right? Steve's a professional athlete. He can consistently practice something to the point that he had mastered it so he could use it in competition. And then he advanced to the thing that went beyond that. He didn't keep changing every single day, hoping he was a master the first time he did it. So using the same tools, being the flip chart, the meeting format, the presentation, the verbiage that you hear from the leaders. Don't use my words, put them to your own verbiage, but have the same impact with what it is that you want to say, because it's about consistency.
Yep. And then, so home meetings are great, and you can have, anywhere from 8 to 20 people in your home. Sometimes you can cram them in even more than that, but we like to keep our home meetings a little more intimate so we can have time with each person. So that's a great setting for that. Well, then when you start getting bigger in your town, the next building block is you might have an event center or a hotel meeting. Again, Steve and Mike were just here, and Saeed were just here in Tulsa. We had a meeting at an event center here in Tulsa. We could put more chairs in there. We could get more teams from Tulsa, not just Kevin and I's team. We could come together and get really, I love them because it's the energy in a room that really your guests start to look around like, hey, this is a real deal. This is real energy. This is really fun. This isn't boring work. I'm excited. Like, get people into that step when you need to, when it's time, because that energy is huge on your business. And like Kevin said, we're flipping the same flip chart. We're going to have some testimonies. They're going to be more personal testimonies with people coming up there, which is great and impactful. And you get testimonies kind of outside of your immediate contact, which I love hearing other people's testimonies, which, by the way, I'm going to throw this in. One of our testimonies this past week in Tulsa was amazing because it was a friend of ours who was a pain level 8, 9, 10 for 7 years. And he didn't say, I put the patch on and my pain went away. I want you guys to hear this. He wore the patch consistently for 2 months. He started seeing other things, hair growth, little less wrinkles around the eyes. Those were the things he saw first. And then at about the 2-month mark, his pain level from massive injuries went from an 8, 9, 10 down to a 1, 2. So it wasn't overnight. When you're sharing patches, don't give someone the, hey, you're going to put this patch on and miraculously be better tomorrow. Tell people really the expectation. The body is, allowing the body to heal from within. It's going to go to areas that need. Some of the chronic issues might take longer. Don't give an expectation of perfection in 5 days, because then it's almost like you've wasted 5 patches. We've got to be smart on how we're conveying to people the message of what this patch can do for you over time. Consistency over time is always the winner with our health. I'm going to say that again. Consistency over time is always the winner when it comes to our health. Don't keep starting over. Don't keep going to something new. Consistency over time really, really works. So those hotel meetings or event center meetings are huge as the next building block. But honestly, for us, like convention, we're always pointing to convention. It's the next step. It's the big step. It brings our entire quantum field team together. And that is what we're really going to focus on right now is why is convention so important? So I'm going to step back for a minute. I'm going to tell you guys, I grew up as an athlete. I was not a professional barefoot water skier like Steve. I was just a multi-sport high school athlete, but I could pick up any sport and play pretty well. But I was one that I was talent. I had just kind of an ability to play, but I also practiced all the time. And this was, I'm not going to age myself here, but it was before the day of individualized coaching in every sport that we have in this world. So I did play 3 sports. I played year round, everything, but not the same sport. But I was a basketball player. And I literally would stand, I would on my back driveway would just play and play and play. My brother Matt and I would play horse all the time. We constantly shot, but I was the kid that played like the last second shot. All right. Like I know it's the countdown and I'm going to launch the perfect long distance shot. It's going to go in at the buzzer and we win. I mean, I played that over and over every day. It was like my scenario. So, and I was young. So I'm in 8th grade. Okay. This is how long ago it was. 8th grade. I'm coming down the court. I'm point guard. And my coach, I hear my coach from the sideline say, Emily, 28 seconds on the clock. Last shot, play to the last shots. And I'm literally crossing over the half court right there. And I hear, last shot. Here's my chance. And I stood for 28 seconds, bouncing the ball. And I'm looking at the clock and I'm bouncing the ball. And finally, 2, 1, and I launch a shot, basically from the midcourt. No. It did not go in. It did not go in. But listen, I got to the side, and I think it was actually just halftime of the game. And I get to the side like, I almost made that long shot. And my coach looked at me and said, what the heck were you doing? And I, in total excitement, said, you said play to the last shot, 28 seconds left. Get that last shot. And he said, I did not say stand and dribble and shoot from far away. You had 28 seconds to use your skills to dribble closer, to make passes, to get in for an easy last second shot. And he wanted it to be the last shot of the half and not have to go back to defense. So he wanted me to use my time wisely, to use the skills I had to get close to make the easy shot. Steve and Gina just said we have 28 days until convention from right now. Use the 28 days wisely. Don't stand at the top and dribble. And then the day before you leave, shoot the long shot trying to get someone to attend. You've got 28 days to get on the phone to call your team. You've got 28 days for everybody that you have sponsored so far in this business. You pick up the phone, whether they're active on AutoShip or not, you pick up the phone and you call them today, starting today, and you say, we have our hands on something huge. I had no idea it was this big. When I got started and I put you in, I had no idea how big it was going to be. We just spent a few days with Steve and Mike and Saeed. They showed us, guys, what they're getting paid. Holy cow, we got our hands on something big.
Huge.
So it's time to go back and make phone calls after phone calls after phone calls. Use your skills that you have been taught, that you have learned over the next 28 days, and do not stand at the back of the court waiting to make the long shot on the last second. Use the 28 days wisely. So what does that mean?
Well, again, you want to reference the fact that even talking to people isn't going to be a single contact interaction. Same thing about convention. Some of your team members and the ones that haven't even joined you yet are going to need to hear about convention more than once, right? They're going to need to hear you say, I'm going to convention. Guess what that means? That means you have signed this You've registered for convention. You are going to be there no matter what. You are going to put your butt in the seat and learn. So you have to lead by example, first step. Second step is you have to have an understanding that you're somebody, the first time you tell them, they're going to say something cordial and polite of, oh yeah, I'm thinking about that. The next time, probably the second and third time, it's going to be some version of an objection. It's going to be an excuse. It's going to be something about my kids are going back to school a couple of days before that. Make your kids the reason you build, not the excuse why you don't build. Okay. It's going to be something about I have to take time off from work. You're not responsible for accepting their excuse. You are responsible for promoting the reason that you know it's important for them to be there. Okay. They have to understand the importance of them being there for their own success, for their own team, their own family, and for their longevity in this business. There is a lot of times you'll hear people in this industry saying, if you don't go, it's kind of like you get sick. If you miss it's you're like you're not well, right? And then if you miss another one, you're probably terminal, right? And again, you're going to have people that sow into your team information that they have perfected through the business. Maybe they're a year ahead of you. Maybe they're like Onyx and they're 3 years ahead of us. They know things that we have yet to learn. You want to be there because you cannot, trust me, we tried. I am teaching you from something that we have attempted and I did not work. You can't take it back and preach it to your team. You can't do it. You need the energy. I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that we're the quantum field team, right? Quantum field and energy it feeds off of itself. You put more people together, like-minded, enthusiastic, excited. That will drive your team to do what is in their best interest. The disconnect is you have to be able to do that in the beginning. So you repetitively teach your team the importance of coming. You deliver that message at a pretty consistent frequency. Emily just made a great point. She made many great points, but one of them is everybody who's gotten into your business needs to know about convention. There's somebody right now that you put in the business, maybe 8 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, that's off auto ship, that's sitting there right now watching to see what you do. They're considering whether or not they should re-engage. Your mere phone call has the potential outcome of getting them to re-engage, buy product and get back on auto ship, and to put them at convention so they can go win, right? So that's your responsibility. Go deliver the message over and over with an importance. The convention, not only did we get to see what people were making, which is mind-boggling because, again, if one can do it, Steve and Gina are special. Again, in Onyx, they're special people. Mike and Saeed followed what they did and had similar results, right? So what that tells me, if one can do it, others can. If two can do it, anyone can, all right? So go run. And it opened up my mind to, holy heck, this isn't just about one or two. This is for the masses. This is, Steve says it the best. Everyone's got stem cells, right? So who are we talking to? Everybody. How do we engage them? When do we engage them? As often as we can. 28 days, we're going to run as hard as we can to get people to see how important it is to hear our enthusiasm about why. Touch somebody today. Your objective when you get off here is to say, hey, I want you to come to convention with me. I've committed to it. I'm already enrolled. I've already booked my hotel. It includes 2 meals. It's very, very inexpensive, but I don't really care so much about what the cost is because I want to know what the output is. The return on my investment is going to be huge. I want you there with me.
Remember I said, like in our gym business, we had hundreds of thousands of dollars. So say with hotel, with the 150, I mean, we're still talking such a minimal investment in your business. And if you really have a belief that your business can create a residual income, it can create not wages, it's not a job that you're getting paid per hour, but it's profits. So that's the way we look at our X39 businesses. We can earn profits on this over a long time. We can have, and it can be exponential. So we want you guys to understand that you do have to invest into getting those profits for sure, not just time and not just opening your mouth, but also sometimes investing in training like this. So promotion for the convention is huge. And Kevin laid it all out there, exactly what we need to do before to get people there. I'm going to touch a little bit on when you're at convention.
Yeah, what are our expectations?
What do we need to be doing? One, and this is kind of this grates on me a little pet peeve. Do not stand outside of the meeting creating your own meetings. You come in there and you have your butts in the seat. So I, again, just spent some time with Steve. We were working with him on the agenda. I'm telling you guys, like, I get goosebumps thinking about everything that we are packing in a day and an evening, one day and one night.
It should be 5 days.
It should be like,
you can't, I mean, again, it's so powerful.
Timing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this person needs more time. They have so much good stuff to say. Like the business panels that we're going to have, the doctors panels, and the doctors that are going to be speaking to you. You guys, like, what we are going to learn from this is crazy. You do not want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. But when you're there, you have your butts in the seat and you don't leave. And by the way, don't drink much water because there's not even time for potty breaks. No joke. We're on a tight schedule. While you're there, I suggest you keep up with your 331. It's amazing, but it's a daily activity we do every day. We're going to be starting, I think, at 9 on Saturday morning. I would say get up a little early, do your 331 before you come in, share with 3 people, follow up with 3, and invite someone to Monday's Zoom after convention, because that one's going to be crazy, crazy good with all the information from convention. So keep up your 331 while you're there. And then you guys, I really feel like 18 years ago when I got in the industry, I didn't know anything about it. Nothing, but I had fear of missing out. And I'm not really a FOMO person, but I had FOMO in this. I went to meetings. I got there early. I stayed late. I would say like social media posts when you're at convention are huge, because those that didn't come, I do want to give them a little FOMO. I do want them to sense, dang it, I will not miss the next one. Okay. But put it out there to show just how great it is and put that little sense of FOMO in people. And then also while you're there, it's so important, whatever team you have. And by the way, if 2 on your team are coming right now in the next 28 days, you should have at least 6. If 6 are going right now from your team in the next 28 days, you should have 12 to 15. If 10 are on your team right now going, you should have 20 to 25 over the next 28 days. This is big. Don't wait for the last second shot, guys. Use this 28 days with the skills that you have to get more people there. But while you're there, spend time with your team. I love sitting with my team in the meetings, which means someone gets there early. We get our seats together. I want to be together. When we're going to have meals right outside of the doors, we're going to be having our meals, our lunch and our dinner as much as you can. Get with your team, eat with your team. And then once the meetings are over, you're going to have so much energy, even if it's 10:30, 11:30, or 12 at night, spend some time with your team. It's some of the best moments where you can look at each other in the eyes and say, oh my gosh, we have our hands on something really big. And you're going to be planning for what's the next step as soon as you go home.
You're going to book your calendar when you're sitting with your team and you're doing your power meetings after, not during the meeting, after the meeting. You're sitting down. You've got, again, it doesn't matter if it's you and your brother or sister because you just got in the day before and there are only 2 of you there, right? That's your team right now. The 2 of you sit down. You got 100 people, you're Steve and Jean, you got 300 plus. And that first time they went to the company's convention, it doesn't matter. Get as many people jammed into a hot hotel room. It's going to be a lot of bodies in there. The energy is going to be high. Book your calendar. When are you going to those locations to do home meetings with your team members? If you need to travel, what does that look like? When are we going to build it out? How are we going to engage? How are you going to keep each other accountable to this activity that you're planning? Because momentum fades away, discipline builds business. So discipline in those daily activities that drive you to success, doing the 3-3-1, even during convention, when you get out and we get back to quote unquote, the real world, and there's needs of the kids and the boss and all the other kind of stuff. How are you going to hold yourself and how is your team going to hold each other accountable? Build it in. There's no mutual mystification. Well, I thought you were going to do it. I thought you were going to do it. Life got in the way. We're not doing that. We're going to take all of this gold. We're going to take all of this power and we're going to implement immediately. You will, again, without a shadow of a doubt, you will learn something you didn't know. You'll have energy you didn't know existed. and you'll be excited to go through a brick wall to go interact with people. And there's another thing you have to be aware of. When you leave that convention, you are going to be physically and mentally exhausted. Okay. And I want to be real with you. I want you to know this. You're going to carry an energy level for, Friday, Saturday, travel day, and you're going to be jacked, right? You're going to be super excited. Monday, you're going to get up with that same enthusiasm, and the kid's going to have a snotty nose, and you're going to have these things go on, and we call it post-convention drop-off or depression or whatever. If you build your expectations into your calendar with your team on the night, on Friday night, or on Saturday night, that can't happen, because the disciplines you hold each other accountable to with the 3-3-1 and how you're going to go structure your business moving forward. Because here's the deal. This doesn't stop. We're not doing share the product, share the patches, launch a home launch into a hotel, into a convention to stop. Guess what happens when we get back? We share the product, we go flip the chart, we go do a home launch, and then we get onto a hotel so that we can do another convention, because it's a repetitive nature of building your business. The foundation, the walls, the structure are always there. We're just building on. Steve and Gina's house, I promise, mine and Emily's house, 18 years of being in this business. It's the same address. It's not the same house, right? We built on and we built on and we added and we improved. You're doing the same thing over and over in this business. You're going to go use what you've learned and put it to work.
That's awesome. I will tell you, right now in life, one of the things that we teach our kids constantly, and I'd like to just leave you guys with this today as we wrap up, is we can be consumers or we can be producers. And I choose to be a producer every single day. I choose to give somebody something of value that they can use. And I want to teach other people to be producers, not just consumers. We have stuff all around us every day, social media that we consume. We look and we watch what other people are doing. I've told my daughter, you're 19 years old, you can sit and suck it all in and be a consumer, or you can turn social media into a platform that you become a producer on it. Well, I'm not an influencer. Become an influencer. We all have the power within. We all have the potential within us. And I'll tell you, to know Steve and Gina's heart and Onyx's heart, their intent for convention is that we all, and we're no different. We are building right now, but it's their intent is for us to be equipped 100% with the information and the knowledge and the belief to go pull out our full potential and create massive success in all of our homes. That is their intent. That is what they strive for. It's not about what they want for themselves. It's what they know we all have the potential to have within ourselves. So let's go for them, knock it out of the park.
Hey, we really appreciate the opportunity to speak into y'all's lives today. And again, just a small sampling of things that we've learned from incredible leaders like Steve and Gina and Mike and Saeed over the years. Again, it comes out. None of this is mine. It's not my material. Use it. Use all of it, right? That's the point, is to learn it from the leaders, to replicate it. Your success is right before you just go implement. Love you guys.
Wow. Oh my gosh, there's so much great information. I am freaking on fire. I love, probably the biggest thing is that every person that you sponsored, they got in for a reason. Yeah. So we got to go back and we got to tell them, hey, this is bigger than we thought. Oh my gosh, talk about the convention, because you want them to win. I mean, come on, $150, $50 is the meals, guys.
Yeah.
We're renting this, whatever it is, 3,000 seat auditorium. Yeah. We've got videographers. We've got security. We've got registration. Not one of you will work. Not one of you. We've got everything covered. You will come in, you will sit your butt in your seat. You will absorb, you will take notes, you will get engaged. I'm telling you, you don't have to do anything. They have the food tables. I'm talking, everything is done. Yeah. We walk in. So for $100 a person, all this is getting done. Recording. I'm talking video people, photographers. It's going to be insane. We've got people coming in from everywhere We are so fired up, and thank you, Emily and Kevin, for helping Steve put everything together, because it is overwhelming, because we really do care. We want everyone to win. It's an opportunity that it doesn't matter what your occupation is, where you are, what your background is. If you went to college, you didn't go to college, he didn't go to college, I went to college, doesn't make us, we're both the same. So I'm telling you, everyone can win, but you got to really like be serious and hone in for the 28 days and contact every single person for $150. Put them in your room, bring a blow up. I'm telling you, it's going to help them win and change their whole family's destiny. This is incredible what's happening with this X39 stem cell reactivating patch. We're blown away at the testimonies, literally.
I mean, even in Tulsa, like Emily said, it was just wild, the testimonies. I mean, it just bring you to your tears, because people are getting such incredible results, and it's
Emily, oh my gosh,
so sophisticated.
Your basketball, you dribbling. I had freaking goosebumps.
All of us.
Steve goes, oh my gosh, I have goosebumps. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have goosebumps. And we're like, that was such a great, realistic, even the building of the house, like the structure, what happens. You got to have a good foundation. I mean, come on, guys. This is insane. This recording is free for everybody. But just think what you're going to get at the convention. It's going to be so powerful. And to be in person, it's just so much more. God intended us to have fellowship. So that's really the power of this is it convention, is the fellowship, the community. And look at Steve and I, we like pulled out all stops. We're like begging all these caterers, no, we got to get it cheaper. These people have got to come. They've got to, like, we want to eat with them. We don't want everyone running around. I need 20 seats. I need 10 seats. I need 50 seats. No, we want everyone to fellowship. It's going to be absolutely incredible.
Well, the great thing is that we're all in this as a team. So wherever we're at right now, if pray that every one of you that's on here today is already registered for This Is It. If you haven't, you saw the importance of it. Gina talked about it. My training center. Whenever you go and you get taught, you always are at the top of your game, and you're much more to an advantage. We haven't had anyone succeed at a high level that did not come to a convention. So now's the time. It's the perfect time, because it's our very first one. And we've already been the guinea pigs to prove. I mean, one thing that Emily and Kevin can say too is that the income that they were looking at is consistent. It's consistent. This isn't like high income and then drop. We're talking about consistently building income, and that's what we want for every one of you. So as a team, this is all of our convention, all of us together. How big are we going to make it? The more people we all put there to get their belief level up, the more of explosive all of our businesses are going to be. And I love, Kevin gave us our marching orders from Emily's story. We got 28 days. We don't, just like 28 seconds, we don't want to waste those 28 days starting today.
That's right.
Even if you just get on the phone and call 5 people, start calling everyone that you've ever enrolled. If you're brand new, start calling your friends. It's more important not only to just get in the business, but to get to the training. It's like Gina, I mean, she could say she's a flight attendant, but until she went to the training, she doesn't know what to do. It's like that in any career there is. So do not pass up this opportunity that we've got ahead of us in 28 days. And a lot can be done in the next 28 days. Like we told our story, we got started July 1st, and it was, we didn't know that 350 people were going to come with us a month and a half later, but that can happen for every single, you don't know who's going to sign up tomorrow. It's really out of your control. But no matter what's in your control is to make every second count between now and the next 28 days. Are you going to reach out to the people that you've enrolled already? Are you going to tell them, hey, this is way bigger than we thought? Okay. Are you going to reach out to the newest person and tell them how important it is to come to this?
People, hey, if you come to the convention, I've had someone come to the door and they go, well, I bought my wife a ticket. I didn't know I needed to have a ticket. I'm not a distributor, blah, blah, or a brand partner. And I said, listen, you go in, you buy a ticket. If you don't get one thing out of it, I give you your money back. He came back out. He went in to the event, came back out, and he said, I owe you the money. Come on. I'm telling you, we're on our game. We know what we're doing. And I want to like shift to a different, it's more of a negative thing, but it's really needed to be talked about. If you're coming to the event and you have your own team name, okay, it's okay. You have your team name, but do us a favor. We're doing a lot of work. Emily and Kevin know. It's all Steve in action.
Yeah.
This is a lot of work. We are Quantum Field. Please respect and don't come with a team name shirt.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like a little jab in a knife. It's like, we are Quantum Field. We're doing our best. We want everyone to win. We don't care if you're from, you know, whatever your team name is. Everyone is welcome. There's going to be no pulling, pushing. This is a safe place, but come with just a normal shirt. Dress cool.
Yeah.
You know, we've got fans. It's in an incredible pavilion. It's going to be amazing, but don't have a team shirt on.
Yeah.
We just ask that you respect that. Don't sell shirts in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to ban it because we've done a lot of work, and this is a team where we want everyone to win. It's a safe place, and we want you to know it's a safe place.
Yeah. And by the way,
sorry, I got to do
Kevin
that.
and Emily
Someone had to do it. I said, please stop.
They kind of they spoke about our heart too. It's like we hit the highest rank in 28 days. Without a doubt, everyone at corporate knows nobody has ever even come close, and nobody's done it since. And we're not trying to brag, nothing like that. But we could have easily said, no, Onyx, we're going to call this, and we're going to do this. But no, we're like, hey, if what you're doing is working, let's just fall into place. And all of us as a team, we can tweak it. But we're like Gina said, we're Quantum Field team. Why do you need another name? I don't know. I mean, I could easily come up with another name,
but
right?
It's okay if you have a name, but just don't come to the
I don't know,
This Is It convention with team names.
Yeah.
Please.
So anyways, I just wanted to say that. Now let's give a couple more quick updates of what's happening, because this week is another very busy week. Because people are, I would have to say what Kevin and Emily, and this is just shows you how much fun we're having.
Yeah.
We're having fun. We're serious about your success, but we're going to have a great time doing it because we're going through life. We're going to have a fantastic amount of time with our friends. And that is what it's all about. And I will say that the main thing that I got a lot from what they were saying today is that they're taking ownership of their own business. So you can plug into all the Zooms and all you want, but until you're out there, start taking responsibility, just plugging into the 331, you're not going to see the kind of results that you'd like to have. So start today.
And they're completely relatable.
Yeah.
Like, she's not bringing out her laptop. You know, everyone has a cell phone.
Right.
I mean, 99.9 people have a cell phone. She's pulling out her cell phone. Like, so people see that, oh, this is not that difficult. It's easy. She's that duck on the water that's like smoothing, but she's got her feet going, but they can't see it. You know, it's amazing.
Yeah. And they reference startx39.com. Again, every time someone asks me a question, I say that's a good question, and I focus right here. That means they're interested. Now, don't start going on and on, because the more you talk, the more they think, I got to know all that. So remember what Kevin said. They spoke too much at the beginning. Use the tools. Here's the tool right there. Here's our website to learn how to build a business. 9 steps to success. Don't get analytical to learn everything, but you can download the presentations. You can get the order form to print out, to take with you to the opportunity when you're talking to somebody. Hey, they're sponsors. Heather and David Gordon are going to be speaking on Monday night. It's going to be perfect. All of these folks are predictable. You know the meeting is going to be incredible, so don't hold back as far as pointing to where it's going to be. Now, this one's got a lot of print on it, but Mike and Sai and Vic and Di, our best buddies, are all going to be in New Jersey doing a meeting in the Northeast. Who do you know in the Northeast? And again, put your thinking cap on. If your boss was going to pay you $5,000 to have someone in this meeting, you know you could do it. So why not do it for yourself? That's going to be on Monday night at 8 o'clock.
And feel free to text Mike or Sai and say, hey, I've got such and such person coming to the meeting. Yeah. Or get a hold of the upline or through us, and we'll help you out. And again, we're all on the Quantum Field Facebook. So if you need something, you just let us know what you need. And then we got LaGrange, Ohio. We've got the Firestones are on the road, just like what Kevin and Emily are speaking about. They're going to have a hotel meeting. They're from Ohio. They happen to be living their retirement years in Florida, in Orlando area. Well, they're pretty young to be retiring. Yeah. But the point is that they're going to be up in Ohio, where their old stomping grounds are. They know everybody up there, so they're doing a huge meeting. Feel free, and I've already heard of a lot of people that are plugging their folks in the Midwest at the Ohio meeting.
Monday. So all these meetings, we got our own Zoom meeting with David and Heather. We got a New Jersey meeting. We got an Ohio meeting, all happening on Monday night. So take advantage of that. Wednesday, it's going to be Gina and myself going to be doing the Zoom. Take advantage, put us to work. It's going to be wild. Then we're later on in the week, next week, we're going to be with Gina's sister and brother-in-law that say they have never made this kind of money out of all the businesses this quickly with this least of effort. That should tell you something, because these are serial entrepreneurs, my brother and sister-in-law, Gina's sister, and they're telling you that. Make sure you can come on out on Friday. We're going to be at the river where the convention is going to be. Again, it's going to be very early in the day, but a lot of people are semi-retired and some want to be more productive on Friday. That's going to be on Friday.
And I want to make sure that you do show up at 3:30 because they do have security at the church and we have to respect that. So you want to show up at 3:30 sharp because there is a procedure. You go to a certain area and then they give you your pass and you go into the meeting room. So they have a certain way they run it. So let's respect that and show up on time at 3:30.
And we're going to be driving 4 hours to be there. So wherever you live in a 4-hour radius, you might as well come. It's going to be wild. Then we're going to be going
a plane.
Yeah. Then we're going to be heading over on the next day, Saturday afternoon or evening. We're going to be with Matt and Kim Curtis, Mike and Simon. We're going to be in the Sarasota, Tampa area. Sun City.
Oh my God.
I didn't know.
Las Vegas.
Yes. We're going to be there on Saturday night. So who do you know? Everyone that you know on the west coast of Florida can easily get to the convention because it's going to be minutes away. So think about who you might know there. Again, the ticket price we're still got the early bird price till August 1st. Then we got to get serious with the caterers on all the thousands of people. Now, I will tell you this much, that when you go to this website, we've added 2 new hotel rooms. So if you haven't got your hotel room, go on there and get it today. And as you're signing people up, they've got 2 new hotel rooms that they can be going to for the website. Here's the website that you go to. This is it, convention.com for all that information. And again, Emily went through our weekly schedule, what we got. Here's a little more of a caption of it. We're gonna be busy all week. There's going to be live events. There's going to be Zoom events. Go to the Facebook page, get yourself up to speed.
And every single person doing the opportunity meetings are on their game. I'm in control of that. I pick them all. I'm telling you what, you're going to have so many different personalities. It's just incredible what people put into doing the opportunity meetings. And it's a home run for you because it's free. You just direct them right to that Zoom and they do the work. And you're like sitting back, having your pina colada, your what is it? Whiskey and soda. Just kidding. Anyways, guys,
you can. The key is that you can plug into the Zooms. You can plug into these in-person events. But you can see from what I just shared with you, we're taking Emily's advice. We are not sitting back for the last 28 days and waiting. So we encourage you to do the exact same thing. We're expecting everyone, like Emily said. If you got 2 people coming, you should be able to have 6. All right. If you got 6, you could probably have 20 people there. Yeah. You decide and you focus and you really engage with what they taught you today, that calling the people up and tell them how important it is. And I love what Kevin said, follow up with them 3 times and then help them through their challenge if they've got a challenge. I will say more and more people are waking up to the fact that they got to do something. And they're like, okay, I'm going to be there at this event because it is the very first one that we're having on the Quantum Field team. And everyone is going to be there. So it's going to be so informative. The belief level is going to go through the roof. Knowledge, you will come out of there, like Kevin said, so bulletproof and so much on fire that everyone you look at, you be saying the exact same thing that you've been saying in the last maybe 30 days. But because you were at the convention, they see it in their eyes and they sign right up. Yeah. I don't know why it's nothing different. It's just a matter of your eyes and your attitude gets them signed up. So don't miss what's about to happen on August 18th and 19th in Tampa. It's going to be wild. Make your weekend productive. You implement what you were just taught simply by Kevin and Emily. It was just incredible training. We really appreciate everything you guys shared with us today. And it was wild. We really, really are going to put this information to use by implementing and make our weekend count starting right now.
Absolutely. So, hey, remember your business center ends at midnight on Sunday night. Keep going, keep trucking along, put your sneakers on, keep going. And Onyx said she missed everyone. Yeah. She loves each one of you. She had the opportunity to go to an amazing ballet and Barcelona. And we're like, we gotta go. That's the great thing about this business is the flexibility.
Yeah.
So, hey, you guys deserve it. We're so excited. We're so proud of each one of you for being on here. Remember, it's recorded. Grab that link from Onyx School Network Marketing YouTube, hit live. You'll see the recording. It'll say upcoming. You just keep going down till you see today's day, Saturday, and hit share and send it to your people, because I'm telling you, this is so beneficial for you to win in your business. And you know what? You want everyone that you sponsored to win as well. So God bless you guys. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Kevin and Emily, for blessing everyone. Hey, have a fired up Sunday, and God bless you. We'll see you Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Same link, same passcode with David and Heather Warden. And remember, this is it.